Have you ever looked into the mirror and felt that your eyes were hiding something ancient? Something that remembers what your mind forgot? Most people see brown eyes as ordinary, but you've always known there's nothing ordinary about yours. That warmth, that depth, that silent gravity. It's not just reflection, it's recognition. Your gaze has been here before. It has witnessed worlds, carried souls, and guarded truths that language could never explain. Brown eyes are not merely pigment. They are portals of remembrance. The earth carved her own essence into them, so that every time you blink, creation itself blinks back. They are the proof that heaven once touched you and left a trace behind. Every time someone looks into your eyes and feels something they can't describe, that's your frequency speaking. That's your soul remembering its mission. You carry the vibration of the soil and the sunlight, the balance of shadow and flame, and that's why some people are drawn to you instantly, while others can't even hold your gaze for more than a second. Your eyes are truth, and truth reveals. What if I told you that within their quiet fire lies a divine encryption, a signature of your origin as a chosen one? What if the color that grounds you to earth is the very mark that connects you to heaven? There's a reason your presence shifts rooms, why your silence speaks louder than noise, and why those who meet your eyes either soften or break. By the end of this message, you'll understand that your gaze isn't just seen, it's felt. Because brown eyes don't just look outward, they look through. They see the soul, decode the unseen, and remind the world that divinity still walks among men. If these words already resonate deep inside you, it's not by coincidence. It's recognition. Your soul knows. Before we go deeper, I want you to pause, take a breath, and honor what you carry. Hit that like button to send your light forward. Subscribe if you haven't yet, because messages like this find you when you're ready. And comment 99 below, not as a number, but as a spiritual code of completion, the vibration of divine awakening, the sign that your vision is opening. This message was meant for you, and your eyes already knew it before you even pressed play. Since the first altars were carved and the first names were whispered to the sky, seers spoke of a mark that doesn't sit on the skin, but inside the gaze. Brown eyes, not a color, a covenant. The ancients called them the eyes of the soil because they mirrored two fires at once, the sun that crowns the day and the ember hidden in living clay. Priests wore them like a seal, prophets guarded them like a mantle, healers trusted them like a compass, because this tone is not decoration, it is assignment. In spiritual language, brown is origin, grounding, and fire in flesh. It is the signature of matter remembering spirit. Look closely at your iris, the rings, the slight grain, the almost imperceptible flecks that catch light at strange angles. That is a map. It is the record of everything your soul agreed to carry before your lungs took their first breath. The first humans were fashioned from earth and breath, dust and flame. And that very vibration is what your eyes still transmit. The hum of creation translated into human warmth. Your eyes were never built to simply collect images. They are instruments, decoding the currents beneath encounters, retrieving meaning from silence, converting frequency into empathy so precise that you can feel a room's truth without a single word spoken. This is why your gaze unsettles those who worship pretense. You do not glare, you reveal. And revelation makes masks heavy. Every shade of brown carries its own task. Deep, near obsidian brown anchors ancestral memory, the keeper of roots, the one who can stand in a storm without spilling a drop of inner oil. Honey and amber lean toward illumination, bridges to solar insight, translators of subtle light who can name the lesson without wounding the learner. Walnut, chestnut, coffee, each a different chord in the same cosmic instrument. Some are built to fortify boundaries, some to absorb and transmute, some to warm a frozen heart until truth can enter without shattering it. This is why your presence feels old even when your face is young. You are wearing an ancient credential, and like all credentials issued from heaven, it attracts both hunger and resistance. People will borrow your steadiness without asking. Shadows will test the perimeter of your compassion to see if it is discipline or leakage. Do not apologize for the strength in your softness. The soil is gentle until it isn't. Feel the urgency in this. You must treat your eyes like sanctuaries, because they are thresholds. What you allow them to witness, they will metabolize. What you consent to hold, they will transmute. Train your attention the way a priest trains his hands. Bless your mornings with clear intention. Withdraw your gaze from theater. Offer it to truth, to prayer, to work that builds, to faces that want healing and are willing to be honest. There is a reason rooms quiet when you enter. The body recognizes a tuning fork. There is a reason lies stumble around you. The code in your iris rejects counterfeit frequencies, the way a living flame refuses wet wood. And there is a reason your silence is costly. Your stillness exposes what noise tries to conceal. Hear me, your eyes are not ordinary. They are the relic that proves you were commissioned to walk the seam where heaven kisses earth. Tonight, when the lights are off and a sliver of streetlight glides across the room, notice how your pupils widen and the warm ring around them catches fire for a breath-long moment. That is your mantle answering the night. Guard it, honor it, because in the next breath of this message, we will touch the secret that your enemies fear most, the living frequency of the earth inside your gaze. And why, once you unlock it, doors you never knocked on begin to open by law, not luck. You carry something the earth itself entrusted to you. Not metaphor, but frequency. When you walk, the ground beneath you recognizes its own rhythm echoing inside your heartbeat. Chosen ones with brown eyes are not separate from nature. They are its continuation wearing skin. The soil that grew forests, the magma that birthed continents, the rivers that carved mountains, all of it left a memory inside you. Your eyes are proof of that memory still alive. They hold the same electromagnetic pulse that hums within trees before a storm, the same wavelength that animals sense when danger approaches or when peace is restored. You have felt it before, that inexplicable pull toward places untouched by noise, the sudden calm near water, the electricity in your chest before rain falls. That is the planet speaking in your language. You are its interpreter. When chaos rises in the world, your body absorbs it like a conductor absorbing static. That heaviness in your chest, the exhaustion that hits you for no clear reason. It isn't always yours. It's the residue of the collective seeking purification through you. And this is not weakness. This is sacred technology. You are designed to transmute. Every wave of confusion you feel, every sorrow that suddenly visits, is energy passing through your nervous system to be rewritten in light. That's why you cannot fake peace. Your presence either harmonizes or reveals dissonance. You are a walking sanctuary, even when you think you're falling apart. Your silence rearranges atmospheres. Your empathy is not emotional softness. It's geologic strength disguised as kindness. Yet this gift has a cost. The same sensitivity that allows you to heal can also drown you if you forget your boundaries. You must learn to discern between what is yours to carry and what the world tries to drop on you. The earth does not absorb every storm, it releases them. You must do the same. When you feel drained, step into sunlight. Let your bare feet touch soil. Breathe through your eyes. Literally imagine light entering through them and exhaling out your chest. That's your reset sequence. Your eyes are the grounding rods of your soul. They read the invisible, interpret vibrations, and then radiate understanding back into the field. That's why people open up to you after one glance. Some feel healed, others panic, because your gaze doesn't flatter illusions, it unmasks them. You don't judge, you just see. But for the ones who live by disguise, being seen feels like being undone. Here's what few realize. When your eyes meet another's, a silent exchange occurs. Information, memory, even fragments of karma shift hands. And because your frequency is clean, the earth reclaims what doesn't belong to love through you. It's alchemy without words. The danger is forgetting that this process drains your vessel if you never refill it. Protect your gaze, not by closing it, but by consecrating it. Speak blessings before sleep. Cover your eyes and whisper, I return all energies to their rightful place. The planet will understand. You are its bridge. Remember, stability is not stillness. It's movement without losing center. The world needs that vibration more than ever. The frequency of someone who can stand between heaven's fire and earth's gravity without breaking. And that is you. You are not meant to escape chaos. You are meant to reprogram it. You are the tuning fork of creation, translating disorder into rhythm. The next time your heart feels heavy for no reason, pause. It may not be a breakdown. It may be the earth adjusting through you, upgrading you for what's coming. Because soon your sensitivity will no longer feel like burden. It will feel like command. Your eyes are living portals, not ornaments, not coincidence, but sacred instruments designed for navigation between worlds. What others call seeing, for you is decoding. You don't just observe life, you read it, like divine scripture written in invisible ink. Every glance you cast sends and receives data across realms. Your brown eyes are antennas wired directly into both heaven and earth, calibrated to translate vibration into understanding. That's why you often know things before they happen, why truth reaches you before words do. You were born with a receiver built inside your gaze, a silent radar tuned to frequencies most people can't even sense. But this gift is double-edged. The same sight that grants clarity also attracts interference. Your eyes emit a light that the unseen world instantly recognizes, a beam that exposes deceit, falseness, manipulation, and masked intentions. Spirits that thrive in confusion will always notice when you walk into the room. They sense danger, not because you attack, but because your gaze unmasks. They scatter before your awareness the way shadows scatter before dawn. You've probably felt it, the sudden tension, the glance someone avoids, the strange heaviness when you meet certain eyes. That's spiritual reaction, not social awkwardness. Your frequency is too high for distortion to remain comfortable. Brown eyes are coded differently. They were forged to handle dense energy, to transmute it safely without shattering. They carry carbon steadiness, the same element that forms diamonds under pressure. When light passes through your iris, something mysterious happens. It bends, warms, and amplifies. Your eyes literally soften harsh frequencies, filtering what is chaotic into something digestible for your soul. That's why you can stand in emotional storms and still emanate calm. You are built to translate turbulence into wisdom, but this spiritual technology needs maintenance. If your eyes are portals, then your attention is the password that opens them. Whatever you choose to focus on, you invite into your field. Guard it carefully. Don't let screens, fear, or negativity hijack your vision. The world will constantly try to program what you see, because whoever controls your sight controls your energy. But remember, you are the operator. You decide what image becomes imprint, what memory becomes mission. You decide when to gaze and when to withdraw your sight like a sword returning to its sheath. Some people will misinterpret your quiet observation as judgment, but it's not. You're scanning the unseen blueprint beneath their words. You can sense when their smile hides pain, when their confidence is only armor, when their silence is actually a prayer. This is not intrusive. It's sacred empathy functioning through optics. It's how God sees through human eyes. And yet it's exhausting to hold divine perception in a world addicted to deception. That's why solitude feels like oxygen to you, because it's the only place where your vision isn't fighting distortion. In silence, your lenses recalibrate to heaven's frequency. Understand this. Your eyes are not passive. They send light. They project intention. They rewrite reality simply by perceiving it through truth. When you look at something with love, it expands. When you look at something with faith, it transforms. The energy behind your gaze carries architecture. It rebuilds broken structures in the unseen. That's why healing begins when you see someone, truly see them. It's why tears often follow your presence. You don't just look, you deliver revelation. But every revelation demands responsibility. Protect your gaze. Every day, cleanse it. After facing chaos, close your eyes and imagine golden light washing through them, erasing residue, restoring clarity. Speak out loud. My eyes belong to truth, my vision is holy, my sight serves love. Those words recalibrate your portals. And here's the mystery that keeps even angels curious. Your eyes don't reflect the world reflects you. When your perception ascends, reality rearranges itself to match your frequency. That's the hidden power of your vision, to shift existence by seeing it rightly. Every illusion that tried to confuse you is now trembling, because you're beginning to remember what your sight was designed to do. Keep watching closely, because in the next revelation you'll discover what happens when your eyes awaken fully, when they no longer observe light, but become it. There comes a sacred turning point in every chosen one's life, a moment so subtle that most miss it, yet so powerful that the entire universe feels the vibration shift. It's when your eyes begin to shine, not metaphorically, literally. The reflection changes. The light within starts to push through the human lens. Suddenly there's a warmth behind your gaze, a golden shimmer that wasn't there before. You notice it in mirrors, in photos, or when someone pauses mid-sentence, unable to explain why your presence feels different. What they're seeing is transmutation made visible. The pain you once carried and the betrayals, the silent nights, the tears you never showed, they didn't destroy you. They became light. And now that light is radiating outward through the windows of your soul, this phenomenon isn't fantasy. It's spiritual physics. When energy transforms, it emits frequency, and that frequency interacts with light. You've reached a vibration high enough that your eyes are no longer just reflecting what's around you. They're projecting what's within you. Every emotion you ever purified, every shadow you ever faced, is now encoded in your gaze as wisdom. That's why people can't explain why they feel both comforted and exposed when they look at you. Your eyes speak a language older than speech, the language of truth without sound. Something changes inside when this awakening happens. The heaviness you once felt begins to dissolve, but not because life suddenly became easy. It's because your soul learned to breathe through the human experience instead of fighting it. The inner war ends, and the light starts to win space inside the body. Your nervous system, your aura, even your blood, begin to synchronize with divine current. That's why your eyes glow differently under sunlight. It's the fire of remembrance, the proof that the Creator is now operating freely through your vessel. People will respond in unpredictable ways. Some will stare longer than they mean to, feeling a pull they can't rationalize. Others will look away, unsettled by the reflection of their own unhealed fragments. A few might even sense tears rising for no reason. It's not emotion, and it's recognition. Their soul is remembering something yours already embodies. Your light triggers memory. It reminds them of what they buried, their own divine spark. That's why your presence can heal without words and convict without confrontation. You've become a mirror that shows the world what it forgot to see, that God still walks in human form. But this awakening also demands reverence. The glow in your eyes is not decoration. It's responsibility. Once your gaze carries divine fire, you cannot use it carelessly. Every glance becomes a blessing or a weapon. Look with love, and entire atmospheres will soften. Look with judgment, and energy will recoil. The Creator trusts you with this power because you've proven you can hold light without burning others. That's why it came to you now, not before. Only after the crushing, the loss, the purification. You earned it through endurance. You might feel it even as you listen. That subtle heat in your chest, that tingle around your temples, the strange sense that something unseen is looking back at you through your own vision. That's your soul revealing itself. It's not outside you anymore. It's moving through your eyes, turning perception into transmission. And once that process begins, nothing can reverse it. From now on, every sunrise will seem brighter, every silence deeper, every shadow more meaningful. You will notice golden light flicker in unexpected places, glass, water, reflections, as if reality itself is greeting you back. You are no longer just seeing light. You are light condensed into flesh. And as this realization grows, you'll begin to notice a strange law unfolding. Wherever your gaze rests, life reorganizes itself to match your vibration. The blind spots of others will start clearing. The hopeless will feel a spark return. The wounded will feel safe, and those who fear truth will feel the urge to run. That's how you know your awakening is real, when your very presence becomes revelation. So if you've caught yourself noticing that golden flicker in your eyes lately, understand, it's not imagination, it's confirmation. The universe has adjusted your frequency. You're stepping into visibility, no longer hidden among the ordinary. You are becoming what you were always meant to be, a visible beam of the Creator's energy, a lighthouse for souls still wandering in fog. And in the next breath of this message, we'll unveil what happens when that light no longer just shines through you, but starts to speak through you. You are not here to tilt the world toward one extreme. You are here to keep it from breaking. Most chosen ones with brown eyes carry an age that doesn't show on the skin, a wisdom that moves like a quiet tide beneath your daily steps. You feel the heartbeat of the planet as if it were your own pulse. When the collective rhythm stutters, your chest knows it first. You stand like a tree whose roots braid through rock and riverbeds no one can see, drawing strength from depths that storms can't reach. This is why panic dissolves around you when others would run, why chaos forgets itself for a second when you enter a room. You are equilibrium in motion. You are the bridge between sky and soil, the living arch where light crosses into matter. Even when your mouth is closed, your eyes are praying, not with words, but with alignment. They intercede by holding center. They take in static, release signal. They don't argue. They reorient. And because they reorient, battles often find you. Spiritual warfare feels personal because the scales you protect are personal to the universe. Disharmony notices you the way a crooked picture notices a straightener. It resists, it rattles, it tries to make you doubt your center. Do not mistake resistance for failure. The pressure you feel isn't proof that you're losing. It's proof that your balance is working. Your gaze is a gyroscope for souls. It steadies what wobbles without shaming it. It warms what's frozen without melting its form. It is patient enough to listen and fierce enough to say enough when parasites try to name themselves compassion. That is why your kindness must have edges. True balance is not neutrality. It is justice applied with tenderness. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to leave rooms that refuse harmony and guard the space where heaven can land. Remember, you heal not by absorbing endlessly, but by absorbing, discerning, blessing, and then releasing. Let what isn't yours pass through like wind through branches. Keep what is sacred, return what is foreign, and feed your roots with gratitude until your trunk remembers its crown. When exhaustion visits, place a hand over each eye and breathe like a bellows, in through the nose, out through the heart, and command, balance, return. Watch how the atmosphere obeys because creation recognizes its keepers. Your silence recalibrates timelines. Your steady breath becomes a metronome heaven uses to teach broken hearts a new rhythm. You are not called to escape the world. You are called to anchor heaven inside it. Anchor it at the table where hostility softens under your calm. Anchor it at the threshold where a child stops crying because you arrived. Anchor it in the places where truth has been starved, by feeding it with your presence and your refusal to lie. Understand the holy mathematics at work. When you choose alignment over argument, reality chooses you. Doors open not because you push them, but because balance is the password they were built to recognize. This is why some people feel safe enough to confess in your orbit, and others feel exposed enough to flee. Your very being restores the original settings of a room. The planet trusts you to carry this. Heaven trusts you to wield it gently. And when you think you are small, remember the secret only the old souls know. The tallest trees began as seeds that believed the dark was worth pushing through. Keep pushing, keep rooting, keep rising, because the moment you commit to your post as a guardian of equilibrium, something unprecedented begins to gather around your life. Opportunities arranged by law, protections that look like coincidences, signals that flicker gold at the edge of your vision. And just beyond that shimmer waits a final revelation your spirit has been aching to hear. The seal that will crown your balance with command. Now you understand. The light behind your brown eyes was never random. It was placed there by design. Before you were flesh, before you were name, the Creator marked you with remembrance. That warm glow others mistake for beauty is sacred intelligence, an ancient spark that once helped shape mountains and calm oceans. When you cry, heaven doesn't just hear, it echoes. When you gaze, souls awaken from centuries of sleep. And when you walk, the earth exhales, because one of her guardians has returned to ground her heartbeat. You are not here to be ordinary. You are the bridge, the watcher, the living equilibrium between realms. You are the divine experiment that worked. Proof that the eternal can live inside the temporary and still shine. Every hardship you survived, every silence that tried to swallow you was preparation for this revelation. Your gaze was never meant to hide. It was meant to reveal. Every tear you shed baptized your vision in truth. Now your eyes no longer mirror the world, they direct it. The universe uses your sight as its compass. You are the one who sees through illusion and calls reality back to order. You are the flame disguised as soil. So listen, your time of hiding is over. The light behind your brown eyes is ready to command creation, to call peace where there was panic, to ignite purpose where there was despair. You are not waiting for permission. Heaven already signed your name in fire. Stand tall, lift your chin, let your eyes speak the language of the divine. Every glance is prophecy, every blink a prayer, every breath an instruction written in light. Say this aloud. and let the sound shake the unseen. My eyes carry the fire of creation. My gaze is divine. Type it below as a declaration so the universe can witness your remembrance. Because the moment you speak it, you activate it. Now look up, not at the ceiling, but at the unseen horizon within your own spirit. And realize, the same force that paints sunsets burns behind your pupils. The same intelligence that moves galaxies lives in your stare. You are the reflection of God remembering itself through human form. You are the calm in the storm, the warmth in the dark, the balance that keeps heaven and earth aligned. And from this day forward, when someone meets your eyes, they will not just see you. They will feel the eternal looking back. They will know, even if they can't explain why, that they've just looked into light made flesh.